I scored big time today at the Goodwill bins. You won't believe how little I spent, so come along and shop and flip with me. To start out our Goodwill bins shopping trip, I found this box and it felt kind of heavy, so I decided to open it up and see what was inside. And it was actually this roll of privacy film that creates like a frosted glass effect. And this is so perfect. I swear this is something that I was actually going to buy anyways off of Amazon because, as those of you who watch my channel all the time already know, I had already done one side of my front door and still needed to do the other side. So what would have cost me like $12 to $15 has only cost me $1 or $2 now that I found it at the Goodwill bins. And I swear today's video is going to be a real eye-opener to those of you who've never been at all of the amazing things that you can find there that are great for everyday life, as well as for reselling online or in a resale booth like I do. If you're wondering why my voice sounds a little funny, it's because I am sick with a cold, so bear with me here. But all you have to do to apply this privacy film or like frosted glass film is to spray the window with some water and then use a credit card. I used a Costco card and a razor blade to get the bubbles out and cut it to fit in that area, and that is all it takes. I always felt bad for procrastinating to get this done, but now I know why. It's because I was waiting to get it way cheaper from the Goodwill bins. The next stop in the Goodwill bins was one of the book bins. So if you're not familiar with how the Goodwill bins work, there's a bunch of different bins everywhere, and they usually are themed. So you'll have like clothes bins, book bins, all sorts of different bins of different like items. And I love shopping the book bins because you can find so many cool different things. Today I picked up a few vintage books for my kids, as well as this modern couple books here for my youngest son and daughter, and they're only 50 cents a piece. This is the best place ever to get books for really cheap, and they have really good stuff all the time. I got tons of books, as you can see. I love getting vintage and antique cookbooks here as well, and this is another way that you're going to find how you can save money by getting things at the Goodwill bins beyond just like buying things to resell, but like just for your own use at home and how to save money instead of buying new. Most books that are at the library or currently being sold within like the past year or two are at the Goodwill bins. Like, you can find them, people donate them and they end up at the bins, and you can get them for 50 cents. So before you go out and buy a book new, head over to your Goodwill bins or your thrift store and just see if they have it first. That is a huge savings for you. I've found recently that it takes forever to put a book on hold and get it from the library, and it's like books that are pretty popular right now, and I don't want to wait weeks to read a book, so I just look for them while I'm at the Goodwill bins, and most of the time I can find a book that I've been wanting to read there while I'm shopping. And look at how cool this 1950 cookbook is. So cool inside. Look at the color scheme of it. I just can't wait to dive into this and get some more cooking ideas for some really classic things that we may have forgotten about. And at the end it says, "Home is where the heart is." How cute is that? Another thing that is really neat about shopping for things at the Goodwill bins that will help you save money as well is these type of cookbooks or antique books or just lots of different things that you can find at the Goodwill bins make for really unique gifts. So if you know somebody who loves cooking or loves baking, you can find so many cool cookbooks and vintage and antique cookbooks at the Goodwill bins that you can then gift to somebody as a really thoughtful, unique present that nobody else would have been able to get for them. They're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, where did you find this?" So next time you find yourself looking for gifts for somebody, head to the thrift store first. You might find some really amazing things that you would have never found in a regular store like Walmart or Target. And then I also found some antique books that were, some of them could be like kind of valuable, but for the most part I buy these antique books because they are beautiful for decorative purposes. This Gone with the Wind was published in 1940, and these can be pretty valuable if they're in really good condition. This one is not in good condition, so I'm actually going to be reselling it in my booth along with all these other vintage and antique books, not the cookbooks, but these other just miscellaneous books. I'm going to sell them as decorative books in my resale booths for $3.95 a piece. I buy them for 50 cents and sell them for almost $4 a piece, and it's a really quick and easy way to get a profit, and they sell like hotcakes. They fly out of my booth because I sell them for a really low price compared to other places, but it's a thing I can get revenue from in my booth, like always. They always sell right away, like right when I put them in my booth. And it's so easy to go and get them from the Goodwill bins that it's a really quick and easy flip for me to make a profit off of. And you can see some of these books' values are a little bit like all over the place. So in one place they'll be selling it for $20, and then again they're selling it for $1,500. So just an idea, if you're somebody who sells online, you may be able to research some of the things that you find and resell it for quite a lot of money. If you have like an eBay or an Etsy store or something like that. I did find quite a few books that had decent value to them. And one thing you can do while you're in the Goodwill bins, if you're a reseller, is take your phone out and go to google.com and push the little camera button in the search, and it'll open up your camera, and you can take a picture of that item and search for that item on the internet to see how much it is worth. I see tons of people doing this while I'm in the store shopping, and some of these people are even reselling things online on Amazon, especially books. But I found that bird book and also this frame, and this is going to be my first flip of the day. So this frame had a flimsy plastic instead of glass inside it, and it was all white like a plaster, just a really cheap material, and I decided that I wanted to try and make it look a little more high-end since it is such an ornate frame. So I tried to rub and buff on it first, but it was just not working for me. It was too opaque. You could see right through it. So I took it outside and gave it a couple coats of my favorite gold spray paint. It is this Rust-Oleum metallic bright shiny finish, and I use this all the time whenever I need to spray paint something gold. It's the only gold that I just absolutely love on everything. This metallic spray paint dries extremely fast, so I brought it inside, and now it's time to give it a little bit of age. I'm going to use some of this very affordable Waverly brand antiquing wax. It is kind of like a watered down brown paint that you apply on top of anything and then wipe back to your desired consistency. So I'm just taking a paintbrush and rubbing it all throughout this beautiful frame, and then I'm going to take a paper towel and wipe back the excess and just keep repeating that until it looks how I think it should look. Now let's get a better look inside that bird book that we picked up. This had so many cool bird pictures inside it, and I had to find some small ones that would fit into this frame, so I just marked some of them that I saw in here with my first glance through the book and pulled them out of the book, and then I'm going to lay them flat onto the countertop and see which one of these looks best in the frame. I find the best way to do this is to actually take the frame and put it over the image to see how it's going to look first before you decide. The bird on the left had some weird, like unbalanced writing in the image that would have shown up inside the frame, so I decided to go with the owl. I'm going to Mod Podge this book page image of the owl onto the back of the picture frame, and since it didn't have glass, I'm also going to Mod Podge over top of the image to make it look more like a actual painting with texture. This turned out so cute, and it is giving me total Harry Potter vibes. And you know what? Harry Potter is in right now with home decor. Even Pottery Barn is now selling Harry Potter themed home decor items for top dollar. So if you want to save some money, go to the Goodwill bins and make your own Harry Potter stuff, guys. You can do this for so cheap. I probably spent, let's see, each book is 50 cents, so we're at $1.50 here. And then on top we have this frame. It was a little bit heavy. We'll say I spent about $2 on the frame. And then the book where the owl was in was another 50 cents. So we are at like $4 for all these books and the frame, the picture inside it, and everything. $4. The next major score that I found today was this cute metal pitcher, and I was actually surprised when I got home and I looked underneath it. Guess where this was made? I knew it was special, but look, it has this really cool like shield on there, and it is made in Italy, guys. How cool is that? So I looked it up online to see what it was worth, and it's not worth a whole bunch of money, but it's still cool. It's something really unique, and I feel like it can really make any area of your home very classic and very old money, as people are saying. That's so popular right now, but it's really only worth about $30 to sell online. But I probably only spent $1 on it, and this is another example of something that would make a really great gift for a friend. If you have a friend or family member that is of Italian descent or loves Italy, or just would really love this beautiful metal pitcher, this would make for a beautiful gift for somebody, and it's something so unique that they would wonder, where in the world did you find this? It's just something that shows that you really thought about them. And if you want to take that gift just one step further, you could go to the store and get some inexpensive flowers and put them in here as if this were a flower vase. The next piece of treasure I found at the bins was this little book storage box. Somebody at Goodwill was trying to sell this for $9.99 originally. And obviously that didn't work because it's broken and beat up. So it ended up at the bins. But now I got it for probably about $1. It was really lightweight, so it didn't cost much at all. It needed some repair, obviously, but I had a really good plan for this one. The first thing that I need to do is get the price tag off of here and repair the broken side of the book, so that way when you open it, it doesn't open all the way back like that. I used some Star Bond super glue for this area. I want it to be really sturdy since somebody's going to be like opening and closing this a whole bunch when they own it, and I do plan to resell this, so I want to make sure that it's got some good quality glue holding it together. And then I went over the outside of the book with some white chalk paint. It's actually like an off-white color, but I'm going to do a decoupage tissue paper over this book in a really beautiful, classic, but also trending design, and I'll show you everything that I got and how I did it right now. I picked up these napkins from Home Goods for $5.99. I'm only going to use 2 of them. What you have to do is take the backing off of the napkins, and it reveals just a really thin tissue paper. Then you are going to take some Mod Podge and apply that onto the book in a very light coat. And then you're going to very gently apply on that tissue paper. Make sure it's nice and straight and that your pattern's going in the right direction. And then you're going to go back over it with some more of that Mod Podge. Once everything is nice and hardened and dry, you're going to go over the edges with some 220 grit sandpaper to sand off the excess tissue paper. This is also going to smooth out the edges and make them smooth to the touch. And then I also like to do that across the entire thing because there are going to be some creases and wrinkles in your tissue paper. So this helps to make it smooth to the touch. The next project we're going to flip is this little guitar, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it was a Christmas ornament, and it's probably the weirdest thing that I've bought today. I don't know why I was so drawn to it, but I thought that it would look beautiful in a shabby chic design. So I'm going to redo this into a cute little shabby chic guitar with minimal effort and time, and I put it in my booth for resale. A lot of these items have already sold, believe it or not, and if you're curious what they sold for, leave a comment down below about which item, and then I will let you know how much it sold for. That way, if you want to know down the road how much something has sold for that hasn't sold yet, I'll still be able to tell you later, once everything is officially sold, how much it sold for. So leave those questions in the comment section down below. I did that same off-white color paint on both sides of this little guitar, and then now I'm going over it with that same antiquing wax that I used before to give it that shabby chic look. Once everything was dry, I got a few ribbons. In fact, some of these ribbons I've got from past shopping trips to the Goodwill bins. And then I also got these little fabric flowers. I believe these were from Hobby Lobby. And I decided to kind of jazz up this little guitar and make it even more shabby chic. With this lacy ribbon, I'm going to make a cute little bow, and I'm going to do this quick and easy with just some scissors, the ribbon, and a little bit of hot glue. You don't have to be an expert at tying bows. I'm terrible at it. So this is a way you can make really pretty bows with minimal skill. Anybody can do this. Super beginner friendly. Now I'm going to tie on a few of these ribbons and twine on here and just jazz it up even more. I don't know what it is about this little guitar. I just love it. What is its purpose? I don't know. It used to be a Christmas ornament, and now it's just this cute little thing that you can put inside a book box. What would you do with this, or do you think this was a total flop? Let me know in the comment section down below. Next, I scored huge on these embroidery hoops. They were big ones, guys, and there was 6 of them. I love buying embroidery hoops to resell just as they are, but also I'm going to show you something that you can do to use them at home or for resale in a resale booth or online or through Etsy or whatever you want to do with them. Once I brought them inside, I noticed that one of them was actually broken, so I'm just going to use that same super glue I used earlier. It's that Starbond brand super glue. I have them linked in my description box down below if you're interested or need some really good super glue. I taped it to let it set and get extra strong since this is going to have a lot of tension on it. And then I went through my stash of different fabrics, which almost all of these are from Hobby Lobby, but I did all blue and white stuff since I love blue and white and I feel like it would go so well with the spring decorations that are really popular right now. And then I just put them inside each embroidery hoop, tighten it really good, and then cut off the excess, and it creates the cutest wall decor that would be perfect for a craft room, sewing room, or in a living room or in a baby's room. I feel like it looks so cute and it's the easiest craft to do. I resell these in my booth for $9.99 and 2 of them have already sold. Gosh, I just love fabric, and what a great way to show off pretty fabrics than like putting them up on the wall in cute little embroidery hoops, or I should say big embroidery hoops actually. But my oldest daughter and my husband took these to the resale booth and got some after pictures and videos, and they did a really great job. So a pat on the back to you two for working so hard and helping out with the family business. Yes, it really is a family business. The next item is this really cute coaster. I actually didn't know it was a coaster at first. I just knew that it was special. And I also found that cute little punched tin. I'll show you that in a second. But this little thing is like a milk glass, and then the ring around it is real silver plated, or maybe solid silver, I don't know. But I mean, I thought it had to be something unique. And then this punch tin, I think it's like a candle holder. I thought it was so perfect because it's right now it's like St. Patrick's Day, so I thought this would be perfect for that. I found with that Google image search some more of these, and they're not super valuable, but they're decently collectible, and that's when I found out they're actually coasters. I think this would make a really cool gift, and also just a really unique piece of decor in your home. You could put your keys in there, you could put your rings in there, and it's something that will really start a conversation with people who come to visit your home. They'll say, wow, what is this? Where did you get this? Or they may just think it in their head, wow, that's really cool, I wonder what that is, and then later on want to find one for themselves or something similar like that. It's so cute, and I think that if there was a full set, it would probably be a little more valuable, but I am happy with it as it is. Now we're going to work on this punch tin. It has a 4-leaf clover design on it, and so I decided to lean in on that St. Patrick's Day theme. This is another way that you can go to the Goodwill bins, buy things super cheap, and save tons of money, which is to decorate for holidays with things you find there. I swear, it is like where all the holiday things go to die is at Goodwill bins, because there's Christmas trees galore there all year round, Halloween stuff all year round. You'll see some of the Halloween things that I picked up today. As a reseller, I like to get ahead, and that's like one of the next big holidays coming up, which is definitely far in the future, but you have to be ready. But anyway, it's hard to find cute decor for St. Patrick's Day, so why not make your own and save the money? And you can do that with every holiday. Go and find something, DIY it, and save your money while saving the planet and reusing all sorts of really quality things that are getting tossed at the Goodwill bins. If you don't get it there, then it could end up in the dump, you know? So it's good to save these things and also save some pennies while we're at it. Look how cute it is. Moving on to the next project, we have this little wire basket, which could be used for anything. You could use it in the garage, in the bathroom, anywhere, but I decided to actually turn it into home decor, and this is another way that you can save money by shopping secondhand at the Goodwill bins or other thrift stores. But I had this tea towel for a long time and decided that this would be a really good project to use it on. So I'm going to use this tea towel and this basket and create some farmhouse decor. And a lot of you will say, oh, farmhouse decor is so like not cool anymore. Well, you are so wrong, because this stuff still sells well and people still love it. And besides, you don't have to do farmhouse stuff. I'm just giving you ideas. So if you find a tea towel that is much cuter in your own way, then you can totally do it in a completely different style. But you can also buy baskets like these and storage bins at the Goodwill bins and save tons of money that way. I'm pretty sure I spent like maybe 25 cents on this basket and maybe another 25 cents on this tea towel. And I also get tons of this moss, this faux moss, at the Goodwill bins all the time. All of it that I have here in this bin, I picked up from the Goodwill bins for pennies on the dollar. So this project is costing me almost nothing, and it's going to be a really cute piece of decor that I'm going to put up for sale in my resale booth. So I'm making money and making things beautiful and useful again. Doesn't get better than that. These little speckled eggs I got 40% off at Hobby Lobby last year. They're selling them currently, and they're really affordable. I think it's like $2 or $3 for a big bunch of them. And I like to buy a bulk of them and have them stored up to use on projects throughout the year. Next, we found something really awesome. Look at this beautiful scalloped brass bowl. And on top of that, you guys, this thing is really special. It is actually solid brass. I almost never find solid brass at the Goodwill bin, so this was a major score. You may be wondering why I didn't polish it with any type of brass polish, but that is because I like to keep patina on my metallic pieces. I almost never polish anything unless I feel like it's going to do something to up the value, or if I'm just curious as to what it's going to look like polished. I almost always leave the patina because I learned from Antiques Roadshow that things are actually more valuable with the patina, especially antiques. I don't think this is antique, but I still value that it has that beautiful patina. I think that's what draws people to the brass in the first place, is that aged look. Next, we're going to find a few things that are actually for my kiddos. So here is yet another way you can find things super cheap at the Goodwill bins and save lots of money. So what I did is I found a bunch of kitchen items, all metal. I'm trying to avoid plastic as much as I can if possible. Some things you have to buy in plastic. You'll see I also bought them some other toys that are plastic, but kids' toys and kitchen items like these are super cheap. I ran these with the disinfect setting on my dishwasher, and then these go outside for my kids to play with in their playhouse, which I also got secondhand. And I also picked up some of these toys to put outside for them to play, Nerf, or just pretend. And then I also found this little copycat saguaro cactus thing. Like I was saying earlier, you can find tons of holiday stuff off season for dirt cheap at the Goodwill bins, like these pumpkins. These can be really pricey when you buy them brand new and during the fall season. I almost never buy them new because you can always find them at the Goodwill bins. Same goes for Halloween costumes. We always do a pirate theme, so I bought a pirate costume for my husband while I was there just because it's super cheap. And last but not least, the final way that I can show you to save tons of money at the Goodwill bins is to buy your clothes here. So the clothing that I picked up was all really high quality stuff. You got to be kind of picky about what you're getting, and you do have to spend some time really searching through the clothes bins. But I got lots of clothes for me and the kids through the Goodwill bins over the years. And look, I got an Anthropology shirt, brand new, originally $130 at the Goodwill bins, and I think I spent like $2 or $3 on all of this clothes, like everything here that you see. And I always put everything through a sanitizing wash in my washing machine, but just look at what I got. Like, you can't even get things this price at the regular thrift store. I don't know how this ended up at the bins, but I am so happy it did. This shirt is actually a size 0 petite, which is definitely not my size, but it is my teenage daughter's size, and she said that she was so excited to wear that with some overalls. I don't think she even has a clue what Anthropology is, but she thought it was so cute, and she loves to garden. So that is a huge way to save money, is to buy your clothes secondhand. Look for the good quality stuff. That dress my daughter has been wearing on repeat like since I bought it. This shirt I got because it's a really good work shirt, and I bought these shorts for me because I'm trying to switch my clothes to mostly cotton just to be more natural, and it's much more breathable in Houston's very humid climate. And these were 99% cotton. I challenge you to go and find clothing that's 100% cotton. You won't find it anywhere now. I don't know why, they just don't make it anymore. And if you do, please let me know who makes it, because it's impossible to find. Even socks, I can't find 100% cotton socks. But now it is time for the moment of truth, which is how much did all of this cost, including the plastic bin that it was in? $31.61 total for everything you saw me pick up today and redecorate with. Not only did I save money on things that we can reuse at home, but I also created this gorgeous vignette and created things that we can resell in my resale booth to help support our family business. This is the kind of smart money savvy things that you can do at home to support your family or to support your financial goals and dreams. And a bonus is it's good for the environment. You are reusing things instead of buying new, and you're getting really quality stuff because they don't make it like they used to, guys. So go out there, get thrifting, find cool stuff. Tell me what you found because I love hearing about finding really cool stuff. And thank you so much for stopping by today to watch the video. I hope that I have inspired you to get out there and try it yourself. You don't even need to be a flipper. You can just do this for your own self and for your own home. You never know what you're going to find, guys. Like, look, I found the thing that I needed for my front entryway window today. I didn't realize I was going to find it secondhand, but boy, am I sure glad. And I'm pretty sure Nino had a good time following me around, watching all of the projects. What do you think, Nino? Did you like it? Did it turn out great? Thanks so much, guys. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!